I welcome all of you on YourPedia platform, and you know YourPedia is the largest guiding platform for students, those who are going for interviews. Let me tell you, in HR, one of the very important question asked in interview related to your background is related to gap, academic gap or gap in your career. Many students are not confident while answering related to their gap. You know, this question is very relevant and very important question, and it is asked in the interviews, and students normally lose their confidence while answering for the question related to gap. Let me tell you, when there is a question of gap in your career, the answer which you frame, the answer which you give, that answer should be based upon how long is the gap. Is it less than 1 year, or is it less than 2 years, or is it more than 3 years, or even longer, it is more than 5 years. Depending upon how much is the gap, answer has to be properly given. That is something which is very important, because the interviewer will focus on the duration of the gap. When is the gap? At what stage of your career is the gap? Is it, you know, after graduation, or is it after post graduation, or is it after job? Is the gap after graduation, immediately after graduation, or is it after post graduation, you have already done masters and the gap is there, or is it after the job, you have done job, left your job, and then there is a gap? So depending upon at what stage is the gap, this you need to accordingly justify, because question will be accordingly asked. You have left your job and then you started preparation for the job or something, and then there is a gap. That is very relevant. So duration is important and your stage is very important. Let me tell you, for answering question related to gap, you should never tell lie, you should never bluff. Don't do that, because they are so mature, they will catch you. Interviewer will catch you. You should never fabricate the story, you should never fake the stories. You should tell your truth. But then there is a trouble. The moment you tell truth, you do not know how to speak that. It gives different meaning altogether, and you do not have confidence. The moment you tell about gap, because आपके दिमाग में ऑलरेडी है कि मेरा गैप है, तो आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लूज हो जाता है. तो मार्क्स आपके इसलिए नहीं करते कि गैप है, मार्क्स आपके इसलिए करते हैं कि आप गैप जस्टिफाई करते टाइम झूठ बोल रहे हैं या आपका कॉन्फिडेंस लूज हो रहा है. गैप इटसेल्फ इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, बट इफ यू आर इन पोजिशन टू टेल दैट कॉन्फिडेंटली इन अ प्रॉपर वे. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू फैब्रिकेट द स्टोरीज. You are not to fabricate the stories. You are not to lose your confidence. You are to be calm while telling about the gap. You need to write the answer. Whatever answer you want to give, you need to write your actual situation in a proper way. And that is where the role of mentors of YourPedia come. YourPedia mentors will tell you that you should speak this, and now practice and speak it. ये बोलो, इसको लिखो, प्रैक्टिस करो. जब आप प्रैक्टिस कर लेंगे और ये क्वेश्चन आएगा, तो आप इसको अच्छे तरीके से आंसर कर सकते हैं. तो फ्रेंड्स, गैप इज नॉट अ प्रॉब्लम, बट यू शुड हैव प्रैक्टिस टू टेल द ट्रूथ, टेल द fact, and the confidence you should have. And if you do that, then certainly you will get you can justify the gap. That won't be trouble for you. So all the very best, and prepare well for your interviews. Gap is not a problem, even if it is more than 7-8 years. We have seen students getting jobs. So gap अपने आप में प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन तुम कैसे आंसर करते हो, that is very important. All the very best. Thank you.